Good day, everybody. Connor McIver here. I had a couple things I'd like to bring up about late payments and foreclosures. A lot of the questions that we get with the Paris 911 team when people call us about doing short sales and if it's best to have their property go to foreclosure, whatever the case may be, a lot of them are asking us, when? What's the timeline? How does it work? And the fact that they might be 1 or 2 months late, they're worried of the impending doom of the sheriffs coming to the door and breaking it down and basically telling them you have 30 seconds to get out, and that's it. They never see their home or their possessions again. I'll slow you down at that point and ask you just sit tight. Let me explain the process. For you being late on your mortgage payments, the world, we're all going through very difficult times here with the economy in the United States, not to mention the entire world. Banks understand that. So a lot of them, some of them might be faster on the trigger than others, where if you're tied to a countrywide loan, let's say, that's changed hands to Bank of America when they did their buyout, it might take them a little bit longer to process the foreclosure, but typically the time frame goes at 90 days of not making a payment. A notice of default is required against your property. Usually 3 months after that, the property actually sells at an auction or goes back to the bank, or the bank hires legal people to foreclose on the property. And then at that time, and again, you've gotten up to 1,000 notices on your door, postings, all sorts of things. And then once the property reverts back to the bank or actually sells at an auction, then you're going to have an agent such as myself, maybe not as attractive, but anyway, somebody like me, coming to your particular property. They're going to be knocking on your door, and they're going to try to find out who you are. So at that time, tell them, I'm either the owner or I'm a tenant or whatever the case may be. They need to identify you to find out if you have a legal right to be there. So once they do that, once you establish that you're the owner or tenant, a lot of the time they're going to make an offer, and it's called cash for keys. And it depends on who owns the property. If a bunch of investors purchased it, and then Bank of America bought that particular loan, sometimes the investors are still in charge of it. So all of them have to agree as to what the cash for key amount is going to be, or even if they're going to offer it. Sometimes the banks won't even offer that at the get-go, and they will wait until from posting to eviction, which in California, if it's tenant-occupied, is going to run around 90 days from that point, and if it's owner-occupied, 60 days. What we have been seeing, and something that's been interesting in this market, not legal, but interesting, we've had vacant homes, and nothing that we've been in control of, but people have actually gone into vacant homes and turned on utilities and established residency when they had no signed lease agreement with anybody. So, again, we see that, so those people also have to be evicted. But God forbid if somebody catches them in the process of moving in without even being in contact with the landlord, there's other issues. But that's the time frame. Rent, missing 2 or 3 payments, trying to catch up or talking to your bank isn't going to have you removed from the property. Also, nobody comes in the middle of the night. There are established guidelines and rules. And don't forget, we're in the state of California. So as far as, trying to be more tenant-friendly, I think we probably are one of the top 5 most tenant-friendly states that there are. That's a little bit about how the policy works with foreclosures and notice of defaults and such. If we can help you, don't hesitate to contact us. I just wanted to kind of throw this out to everybody so you maybe could get a better understanding of how the process works. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Connor McIver. If you need me, I'm at 661-400-7020. Be safe.